Back again with another video this week. I hope you enjoyed the past few videos that I've been making about different foods I eat on the regular, condiments and spices, just providing a little insight into my daily food habits. And I was thinking about maybe doing another video in that series, and I thought, why not share a little bit about the supplements I take? Now, foods are always first. Foods are going to provide, having a high quality diet are going to provide the best nutrition that you can possibly get. And most of your nutrition should be coming from the foods you're eating. But sometimes it's just you have to supplement. And supplements are not completely useless. Are they overemphasized at times? Do people put more reliance on supplements than maybe they should? I think so. Do you need to supplement with different supplements or any of the supplements that I take that I'm going to mention today? No. In fact, I just want to mention up front that these are my supplements. I take them for various reasons. Should you take them? Should you replicate what I do? No. You should talk to your medical provider, your medical team, whoever you rely on as far as medical advice, as far as taking any of these supplements or taking any supplement at all, because at times there can be some potential complications from taking supplements. So definitely talk to your doctor, talk to a medical professional before taking any of these supplements or taking any supplement at all that you hear me or any other person suggest, because I am not a doctor, I am not a medical professional. I'm just talking about my own personal supplement routine and what I take, just to give you a little bit of insight into what I do. And maybe some ideas for things that you might want to consider after talking to your doctor. But with that said, let's dive into the supplements that I use on a daily basis, mostly on a daily basis. So the first one up I'm going to talk about is one that's been around for a long time and has become pretty popular over the past year or so. I think a lot of people are talking about the benefits of the supplement, mainly because just all the research that gets done on these supplements, on the supplement, seems to point to health benefits. Whether you're just an average person or you're an exerciser or no matter what your goals are, it seems to be beneficial with very little downsides. And that supplement is creatine. So creatine, in this case, I have just plain old boring creatine monohydrate. In this case, it's from Thorne. Again, I have no affiliation with Thorne or anything like that. That's the brand that I get my creatine from. And why creatine? For me, the reason is because there's just so much evidence as far as exercise and performance and being a physically active person. Creatine seems to provide a lot of benefits. I think if you're someone that is an active person that works out regularly, you don't have to have any specific athletic goals. You don't have to be an athlete or anything like that. Even if you just have regular old body composition goals, you want to build a little muscle, creatine is beneficial. And it's just beneficial in that it provides a little bit more energy for your exercise. It's relatively cheap. I think this container from Thorne costs anywhere from $30 to $40, I think. You take a small scoop each day, or I take a small scoop each day, 5 grams. It's usually the recommendation most people get for creatine. And I just throw it in my water and drink it with my water. And that's it. You might find a lot of complicated protocols around how to take creatine, a loading phase, etc., all the stuff. Unless in very rare circumstances that might apply, but for the average person, just 5 grams a day, do it consistently, and you should be fine. You can reap the benefits from it. There is more and more evidence or seems to be more and more studies looking around the benefits of creatine for cognitive benefits as well, although we still don't really have a whole bunch of evidence there, really strong evidence like we do for energy production with exercise and athletic performance and stuff like that. But there's a lot of people that are looking into the effects of creatine on cognitive performance. So that's something to keep it and in my lookout on. Also, if you happen to be vegan or vegetarian, you might benefit particularly from creatine, because really creatine is naturally found in animal products. And if you're not eating them, then you could be particularly low in creatine, so you might benefit from even more by supplementing from creatine as well. Creatine is a good supplement. It's cheap. Like I said, this will last me several months, $30 to $40, and that's probably on the high end. You can probably find cheaper creatine supplements out there, but I know Thorns are a really good brand for supplements. They test their stuff and high quality stuff. But for creatine, actually, I think I'm rambling on 6 minutes in, I'm only on one supplement. Creatine, I think, from what my understanding, is actually produced by one or two companies in the world, and everyone just takes their creatine from there and puts their label on it. So actually, I don't think it really matters where you get creatine from that much, but rather be safe and sorry for me. And so I do get mine from Thorns. So you can probably find it cheaper in other places, and it might be the same exact stuff. So do that with what you will. The next supplement that I use daily is collagen. This happens to be Ancient Nutrition, multi-collagen protein. Why do I choose this brand of collagen? Frankly, I like the vanilla taste. It tastes the best. But besides that, it has a bunch of different types of collagen. So there's like type 1, type 2, type 3, all these different types of collagen. And it has a wide spectrum of different types of collagen in it. It also includes vitamin C with it in the supplement. And vitamin C is important as far as the absorption of collagen, at least that's collagen. That's what the research confirms. And this happens to come from collagen, also comes from animal sources. So this comes from grass-fed, pasture-raised animals. So the quality is very high. So it's just a really all-around good supplement. Why do I take collagen? Collagen has been proven or shown to be very good for soft tissue, hair, nails, skin, that type of stuff. I'm less concerned about the hair, nails, and skin. I'm more concerned about the soft tissue part of it. I can get some overuse and tendon injuries. Just if I get hurt or have a tweak or something like that, it's generally going to be a soft tissue type of thing. And so I take collagen just to help with that type of stuff and just make sure anything I can do to really my tendons and ligaments more robust, I'm going to do. And that, includes taking a supplement like collagen for myself, because that's important to me and I want my body to feel good and I want to be able to perform, and I'd rather not be sidelined with elbow tendonitis or some type of back tweak or something like that. So anything that could possibly help me in that area, I do, and collagen is one of those things. Now, collagen, you can get it not from a supplement. You get it from eating the skin, the chewy parts between the bones of animals. You can get it from bone broth. So there's lots of different sources for collagen. It's just that a lot of that stuff is just people don't have it all the time. And so supplementing with it can be fairly useful, right? And again, I just like this Ancient Nutrition. I just like the flavor of their vanilla. Plenty of other different brands out there that have very high quality collagen supplements, but that's one that I use again daily. And actually, I put this in combination with my creatine, and I take those two together every day. There's also some research to show that if you really want the collagen to get absorbed into your tissues better, that if you do it 30 to 40 minutes before you exercise, it helps getting it absorbed into tissues, because blood flow is not as good into the soft tissue in your body. And when you exercise, your blood flow increases and therefore enhances the delivery of the collagen into the soft tissue. So one minor hack if you're trying to really focus on the soft tissue part of collagen supplementation. So keep that in mind as well. Let's see, what do I want to move on to next? This one is probably one that I would not suggest for most people. But some people who are very active individuals, exercise a lot, are athletes, you can make an argument for adding some kind of essential amino acids to your diet. Again, this is just perfect amino from Body Health. This happens to be their mocha flavor essential aminos. I use this pretty much daily. It's like a collagen supplement for me. Just one scoop every day just to add in some essential amino acids before I work out. I would suggest this to not only to athletes, but if you're an exerciser who likes to work out fasted in the morning, it can't hurt to have some amino acids floating around your body in a fasted state after an overnight fast, especially if you're strength training, to help with the building of lean mass and muscle. And I always take a scoop of this before I work out when I do my fasted strength training, which typically happens like once a week for me. And I'll take a scoop of this in my water, and I'll have it while I'm training. I'm not worried about breaking a fast or anything like that. You shouldn't either. The calories are very minimal, but having some essential amino acids, some amino acids floating around your bloodstream while you're trying to build some muscle is beneficial. And for athletes who are constantly breaking down muscle, trying to build muscle, very active people, I think having a little extra amino acids could be beneficial, could help. Would I say it's a requirement? Do I think you need to have it? No, it's also not cheap. If there was, I wouldn't put this on a must-have list before some of the other supplements that I'm going to talk about. But I think it's something to consider if you're a very active person or someone who works out fasted in the morning. And again, those are essential amino acids, not branched chain amino acids, meaning those are all of the essential amino acids your body is going to need in order to build muscle, not just the branched chain ones. You might hear BCAAs. These are EAAs, essential amino acids. So a little bit different there, just to clear that up. Next most important one for me, I think, is going to be vitamin D and K. Mostly the vitamin D. The K is just for the absorption of the vitamin D. I live in New Hampshire. In case you didn't know, you might be able to see the snow outside my window. For a large part of the year here, it's impossible to get vitamin D from the sun. And especially now, this time of year in the winter, this is just essential. And so the way I recommend people go about doing this, and again, talk to your medical professionals, your doctors, etc., before taking any supplements. But for me, what I do is when I get my blood draw in the springtime, I get my vitamin D levels measured, and then I will get I'll get another blood draw in the fall before winter, and I'll get my vitamin D levels measured. So essentially in the fall, my vitamin D should be pretty high. Vitamin D is fat soluble, it's stored in your body fat, so you have a store of vitamin D. So based on the combination of getting a lot of vitamin D from the sun in the summer and a little bit of supplementation over the summer, I want to have pretty high stores of vitamin D going into the winter where I'm not going to get a lot of sun and I'm going to have to rely on supplementation alone. That will get me through over to the spring. The spring, I should, hopefully be above the low point of vitamin D levels, and with just supplementation, what I had stored. And again, build that back up over the summer and winter to get a store up and be above normal, and then use that over the winter. So supplementing vitamin D is important for me to do that. So I always have vitamin D supplement around. I take this daily, but everyone's different. It's going to be different based on where you live. It's going to be different on the supplement you use. It's going to be different on your individual body's absorption. So I basically what I suggest, or what I think is the right approach, is to 2 measurements a year, one in the spring, one in the fall, just see where you stand, and base your supplementation routine on that after talking to your doctor. But it's important to get vitamin D plus K just to help with the absorption of vitamin D. That vitamin K helps absorb the vitamin D a little bit better. That's useful. Let's see. Next one here I have is Nordic Naturals Omega Ultimate Omega. And this is an omega-3 supplement. It's fish oil, essentially. Omega-3 fats are just been proven. It's kind of like creatine, just time and time again. It seems to be quite beneficial for people to supplement or have proper omega-3 levels. There's lots of research around the effects of omega-3s on cardiovascular health. We know that omega-3s are important when you're pregnant and having a baby and brain development and stuff like that. So there's lots of beneficial reasons to be having omega-3s in your diet. From food, you would normally get these from marine foods. So things like salmon, mackerel, sardines, anchovies. Let's see, I believe some types of algae have omega-3s in them as well. But yeah, marine foods are the ones that are going to be highest in omega-3s. I think there's some level of omega-3s in like grass-fed, pasture-raised beef, ruminant animals, but not nearly as much as what you find in marine animals. And just a lot of people don't eat a lot of fish, or a lot of people just don't have access to fish. I'm lucky, I live near the coast. We have easy access to fish. I like fish. And so I actually supplement with this I take half of a dose of what this recommends because I eat fish daily, honestly. And so I probably don't need to supplement. And I've measured my omega-3 levels. You can get a blood test that measures them. And my omega-3 levels are way above normal, the average American. Not that the average American is a good representation of where they should be, but they're way above normal in a decent range. Depending on the amount of fish that you eat, it's like vitamin D. Depending on the amount of fish that you eat, with vitamin D, you're depending on the amount of sun that you're able to get where you live, but the amount of fish that you're able to eat, how you absorb it, that type of stuff, you might want to consider taking an omega-3 supplement. Again, it can be measured through blood, so you can get a level and then base your supplementation on what that blood test results and looks like. It's useful to apply a little bit of testing, find out where you stand, and then base your supplementation routine on that stuff after talking to your doctor about it. And so that could be a useful supplement that I think a lot of people should take. And I take, even though I eat a lot of fish, but I dose it lightly because I do eat a lot of fish. Next, I'm going to just go to multivitamin. This is from Thorne again, their multivitamin elite. I think it's just a catch-all type of thing. Take a multivitamin. If you happen to be deficient in anything, it can't hurt to cover your bases. That's the way I look at it. Again, is it necessary? Could I just be peeing out a bunch of money here by supplementing with it? Yeah, I could be. But if you have some disposable income and you just want to cover your bases and make sure you're getting some nutrients that you need, taking a good quality multivitamin is good. I think that can be useful for a lot of people. And so I take the one from Thorne. Again, no affiliation with them. I just happen to like their stuff and their multivitamin elite just to cover my bases. I take that every day too. Let's see. Next, I'm going to throw one in here that I actually don't use every day. I use very rarely, but a lot of people do use it every day. So I think I wanted to bring it up, and that's just a good quality protein supplement on hand. A lot of people struggle with hitting their protein goal. And a lot of people find it easiest to meet their goal by supplementing with protein. So having a good quality protein powder on hand is useful, or sometimes is necessary for a lot of people. I personally don't use protein powders that often. I can probably count on two hands and the times in a year that I use a protein powder and have a protein drink and something like that. But it's useful. And so when I do use it, I like the flavors from Legion, honestly. They're really tasty. They have a lot of good flavors. They have an unflavored as well, if that's your thing too. But Legion has a really good whey protein supplement. Again, grass-fed whey, isolate, and no sugars or anything like that. But they're flavored fantastically. Chocolate, there's all kinds of crazy flavors. But chocolate, vanilla, unflavored, and then anything else you could possibly imagine. They have good flavors, good quality, researched, tested, so all that good stuff. Again, you can't go wrong with the whey protein supplement from Thorne as well. I've used them in the past as well. Those are two recommendations for you as well. Legion also has a good plant protein supplement if you can't do dairy or don't do whey. So that's something to consider as well. Let's see, two more here. Next up is Electrolytes. This is LMNT. I am an affiliate for. I'll put a link to my affiliate link for LMNT if you want to get these, and I will make some amount of money off of that if you happen to use my link. But a good quality electrolyte supplement, I think, is important because if you're eating a whole foods diet, it's particularly important if you're also following a low carb and eating a whole foods diet. But whole foods diets just don't have a lot of sodium in them. The reason why sodium gets demonized is because we eat so many processed foods, and the processed foods contain a lot of salt in them and more salt than we need. And so we get too much salt in our diets. But if you're eating a whole foods diet, you're not getting all that salt. And sodium and the other electrolytes that are in there, potassium and magnesium, are critical for just popular cellular function as a human being. Especially important if you're somebody who sweats a lot, you're interested in athletic performance. There's a whole bunch of use cases. You can go to elementT.com and read all the blogs that they have on where electrolytes can be beneficial. I like Element. They have this is their unflavored version, but they have a bunch of good flavors. I particularly like their grapefruit, their watermelon, their citrus lime. They have a bunch of different chocolate flavors, which are really good for making hot chocolate. So I love Element. They're, again, research-backed, really good company. Luis Villasenor and Rob Wolf are behind this company. Fantastic guys. And I just really believe in this product. I don't care if I make any money off of them. I'm going to tell you this is really good and I'm going to use it no matter what. But I use this daily as well, multiple times a day, actually. A lot of clients I also have used this stuff. They love it. So check them out if you're looking for some electrolytes. I think this is critical if you're eating a whole foods diet. If you can also, they also, being fully transparent, they publish a recipe that you can make by yourself without buying their supplement that has the same ratios of the stuff that they have in here online. And so if you want to make what they call their homebrew recipe, you can find that too. And so you don't even have to buy this. They get the same effects if you want to make it yourself. Just very convenient in these stick packs. They travel really well, etc. Lastly, I'm going to throw up a pre-workout. Again, from Legion, I like this stuff. It's good. This is their caffeine-free pre-workout. I just like it. I like when I feel good when I drink it. I feel good when I'm working out and I have it and I sip on it with my water bottle. Do I have it every time I work out? No, but I do like it when I do use it. And actually what I do is I pair these two together. So intra-workout, what I do is I take an unflavored LMNT, a scoop of this, throw it in my water bottle, and that's what I sip on during my workout. Maybe it's a placebo because it just tastes really good and I like it and that makes me feel good. And so it makes the workout a little bit better. Placebos are just as effective as real ingredients, but the Legion does a great job with researching their stuff and putting only stuff that's like backed by research in it. So I do believe that it is actually somewhat effective. And again, it's not terribly expensive. I like the caffeine-free version. They have a caffeinated version, but I try to limit my caffeine because I generally work out in the afternoon. I don't want caffeine after I work out. I use a stim-free version, but they have a caffeinated version if that's your thing too. And the grape flavor is really good. The sour apple is like super good too. Yeah, the grape flavor, I'm really surprised how much I like this grape flavor. It's really good. And you throw a little of this element in there and it doesn't like it enhances the flavor of it. It's even better. I think these are great. The element plus the pre-workout from Pulse from Legion, their Pulse pre-workout is a great intra-workout drink, honestly. I love it. Again, don't make any money from Pulse or anything like that, from Legion. And again, it could be all placebo. I would say this is completely optional. You do not need this. This is just a top of, the pyramid of supplements. This is not something I would push on anyone per se, but I do use it. So I just figured I'd mention it and I really like it. So check it out. Those are all the supplements that I use on a daily basis. Well, not all of them. There are some I left out because they're very specific to me and my needs. And I don't think they're particularly useful in general to everyone. But those are the top ones that I use, I think, at least have some general applicability to other people. But again, talk to your doctors, talk to your medical professional team, consult with them on before taking any of this stuff, adding anything, doing anything like that, because I'm not a doctor and you really need to consult with a medical professional before you're doing that stuff. So as always, if you like this content, you want to see more of it, I've rambled on enough, please go to my website, rjbhealth.coach. Click on the newsletter link at the top, sign up for the newsletter, and then I can email you all this stuff so you don't have to stalk me on social media. Again, I don't have any spots open for one-on-one coaching, but if it is something you're interested in the future, please go to my website, rjbhealth.coach, click on the schedule discovery call button on the homepage and fill out the form, and we can chat a little bit about what your needs are and to put you on the wait list for that. And I'd like to hear what your supplement regime is like. What do you use? Do you find any of this stuff useful? Do you think it's all garbage? Am I wasting my money? Please let me know. Leave a comment, direct message me. However you want to communicate is fine, but appreciate all the feedback, thoughts, comments, questions, anything like that. And as always, appreciate you listening to. I won't be recording a video next week because I'm going to be on vacation in Florida, sunny, warm Florida, getting my vitamin D naturally through the sun without my supplements. But the week after, I'll be back to normal schedule. Have a good weekend, everyone. Have a good week next week, and I'll talk to you all soon.